Hi, how are you?
How you doing? Good. How you doing?
Good. All right. So you can hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly.
Excellent. Okay. So, so the way I kind of wanted to do this is I kind of just wanted to hear like your side of everything so basically um so what started everything, what you think everyone's mad about, but really just you to be able to talk how about whatever you wanted to, really.
Okay. I mean, do you want me to just start, or you just
Yeah.
want me?
Hmm.
You just. Well, so here's the thing. This whole issue stemmed from me not speaking up about my associations with people. I should have been more. I should have been more. What's gonna call it? I should have been more. Vocal about it. But the thing is that people just assume that Slug is gonna destroy my channel. They're gonna assume that I'm gonna get into a doxing ring, and that's not. And the thing is that I have been in situations in my life where I've dealt with undesirable people, but I haven't gone and done the bad things. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. So when you say like people were mad because you weren't upfront with like your association with certain people, like you mean like people were mad because you weren't upfront with your association with Slug?
No, it's just that people were like questioning me. Like for instance, I was doing so Badwig fucked up his stream. His mic fucked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to offer my services to stream on his channel, which was a bad fucking idea because I don't have control over Badwig's channel. You should know firsthand. His server is like a prison. I can't do shit in it. So I fucked up on that too.
Well, I mean, technically, I don't know firsthand because I mean, like, I don't like I'm in servers, but I don't really chat in them for the most
Okay,
part.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do anything in the server. You can't post clips. You can't post images. You can't do anything. You just have to eat the shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then everyone was talking over me.
Mm-hmm.
I tried my best to I tried my best to get hold of the situation. There were times where I was like looking at my phone, was wondering what the fuck am I gonna do? What's my next course of action? Like people were saying that, oh, are you falling asleep?
Mm.
But no, that's not the case. I'm out here trying my best. I, I'm out here trying my best to get the content rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So that at some point, I'm looking at my phone, and then Flyly was like, "Why are you in Pocket Tiger server for?
Mm.
Why are you doing this for?" And it became a whole thing. Oh, you don't know what you're gonna get yourself into, which was the narrative. It got to a point that Abby came in. It came to a point that Slug came in. Like Abby came in and she spoke up, and then I left to go into Abby's server, and that's what happened. So
Is that like
that's it.
is that the stream that you did where where everyone was talking to you, or what
The
situation?
that was when Badwick was going. That's a. It's called the Discord call from hell, which people called it that because there was a lot of accusations and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what started it. This was started the whole thing,
Was that
and then
so? I'm a little lost, but yeah.
well,
So
I'm sorry that I made you lost.
no, 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 you're fine. Oh no, you're fine. Just it's me. It's not. I'm sure you're explaining it perfectly fine. But so just to kind of make sure I'm on the right track. So
Flatly started the whole situation by asking about the PT server.
okay.
Why am I in the PT server? and I'm trying to fight them off, and I didn't know what the hell to say. Everyone got mad. Abby came in and was like, wagging their finger, like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And it got to a point where Slug was checking about me and whatnot. Okay.
Oh, so okay, so just to make sure, so what started it was you were in like Badwick's server, I guess,
I was in the work server, yes,
and
and I was
then
streaming.
and you were streaming and people were like, why, why aren't you doing talking more or whatnot? And then Flatly came in and was like, oh, why are you in PT's server? And then everyone else came in and was like, yeah, why are you in PT server? And they started giving you shit for being in Parking Tiger's
Yeah,
server.
yes, and why are you talking with Slug and all this other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's like I just want to give you the beginnings of
Yeah,
it.
it's good. I want the beginnings of it. So, okay, so it's basically started with, why are you friends with that person that I don't
It is
like?
it's essentially that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to this. We get to the. I've been going to Slug streams a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking to the singer, and let me tell you something, Jessica. I try my best to be a good person. We were talking about nerd stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Sunday night or Sunday morning, right? It I broke night and Balwick was streaming because of Canadian Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Zali was there, and then like I was just asking questions, just ask questions because I don't want to be. I'm not the type of person that just bullshits. I just want to make it I want to make it productive.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked questions. I asked questions about Zali and the whole Salvo thing. Right, and then like they essentially add their advice distilled to this. Keep your circle small. Say what you mean. Don't back down from it, and just do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Great advice.
I mean, not so. So I was listening to the one that like Slug reposted where it's like, the Huggy situation. Um and like, so like a lot of their advice was like, yeah, just say what you mean, don't, uh and don't back down from it. But for a realistic point of view, especially like from me, who learned exactly why you don't say what you mean, kind of thing like that, like all the time. I don't know. I think that's crap advice for
You
someone that's
can't.
small, someone that hasn't established themselves.
Uh
That's
huh.
horrible advice, actually.
It's like me. Like for instance, if I try to say "fuck Pizzle," right,
Yeah.
and I go on a hate campaign against Pizzle against
Everyone's
you,
gonna come after you for
everyone come after me because I don't have.
you don't have the you don't have the you don't have that you don't have the standing, you don't have the platform, and you
I don't
don't
have.
have the
I don't have.
army.
Yes, I don't have the army. I don't have anything.
Yeah,
So
so that's horrible advice. Like I said, when I first started making videos, it was fine. I was talking about other people, you know what I mean? Like, and then like when I started making videos about people within the community, you know what I mean? And I was just, saying what I wanted to say and being open. Even on Twitter, when I was just saying what I wanted to say, like, no, like people took it bad, and there's just certain people that you just can't say what you want to say to because they'll take it horribly. And I'm not talking about like the Mac. I'm not talking about Laygate. I'm talking about my whole online presence prior
yeah,
to my break was, I'm gonna say what I want to say, and then and I'm gonna double down on it, and I'm gonna do all this stuff, and people didn't like. I got so much shit for it. And then then of course, then you get the optics thing. Like, even like the people that were telling you just say what you want to say, don't do that. They don't even do that. like Xylee's not like Xylee knows, Xylee's advice to me was, like before you say anything, you can talk to me, or you want to, everyone's advice to me was, if there's a situation where you're not sure about, or something, or you're really angry, talk to us first. You know what I mean? And then their advice was, and then we'll tell you whether or not it's valid to go public with it. And that's the good advice. You know what I mean? Like you don't just say. And so like I was bugged out about the whole, when they were like, don't think about optics. I'm like, no, you want him to think about optics, because he's not gonna, he has to grow first before he can be a Nicholas Diorio, And like for me, it might seem like, oh, I'm saying everything that I want to say, and I'm saying everything, and I don't care. But there's some things that I would love to say that I don't say, because I know optically it's gonna look bad. You know what I mean? So
Exactly,
yeah,
Fizzle.
yeah. So no, don't say what you want to say. Always think about it. Always talk to, there. And like now Slug, I agree that Slug's probably the worst, like one of the, not the worst, he's not the best person to be like, hey, do you think that me saying this would cause issues? And I do agree that people like Xylee and whatnot,
No, I'm serious.
you
That's a
know
song.
they have been around it, and they do, they know the optics of it. But and like I've reached out to Xylee for things before plenty of times, and for the most part, she's never steered me wrong. But most of the time, I just go for Peepaw or D-Max, and I ask them, hey, here's this thing that's really bugging me and is pissing me off, and I want to say something. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? And before, I never took that advice. You know what I mean? And then I took my break, and now I take that advice, and everything works out well. But you do want to find somebody or a group of people that you can trust to ask advice, that won't use it against you at any time, won't leak it, and yeah,
Fizzle.
yeah.
Fizzle, please. Fizzle, please. I adore you, but what? No. I don't have that. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, if you ever
No.
want, I don't leak shit. So, except for that one time that I leaked Aiko's thing, and I didn't leak it publicly. So, but and I can, like, you can be like, Pizzle, this thing's really pissing me off, and I really want to say this one thing, and I could be like, go off, King, or I could be like, ooh, don't do that, because even like Abby, sometimes Abby comprehends things differently. So like when I'm talking to Abby, will send me something, and I'll be like, wait, it looks like you guys are talking about two different things, and she's like, well, okay, but still, you know what I mean? So like there's times where people comprehend things differently, and they seem so sure about it, but when you get a third eye looking at it, or a second eye, or somebody else, outside source, looking at it, who can be like, actually, what you're reading isn't what you're thinking. Like it. So you could come to me, no problem at all. Like I'm not going to be in your army, because I'm nobody's army anymore at all.
I'm not, Pizzle. I'm not going to treat you like you are my quote unquote attack dog. I would
No.
not
I
do
know
that.
that. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that you're gonna do that. I'm just saying like if you have a situation that with somebody, and you're not sure what's going on, and you need another eye to look at it, like I'll do that. I don't care. I do that for plenty of people, because I am the autistic whisperer, and I can read between the lines, and I can read everything. So, and I don't assume, and I don't use my own personal biases when I give advice, So,
Right.
and that's one thing that you got to watch out for, is a lot of people tend to use their personal biases when they're giving you advice. Like, I can't tell you how many people, when I made my server, right, I invited a few people in there, and a lot of people were like, yeah, so thanks. I'm not gonna, they denied the invitation because of some of the people that were in there. And I can't tell you how many times I've had people say, what, like, there's people that have told me to watch out for you. Like, oh, watch out for Huggy. He's blah, blah, whatever, whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? There's,
No, wait, no, wait.
yeah.
You can't blah 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 your way through that.
No,
What did
yeah,
they?
no, there's people, I'm not going to expose them, but there's,
No, don't tell me the name. But like, what have they said about me?
oh, that you're fake and that you're a backstabber.
I'm a well. Okay. Well, that's
I mean, I can
we'll get.
see. So, like, when I was listening to this stream, right? One of the things that popped up a lot was when Ember started spurging, and she's like, "You're talking." Like, everyone was saying that you were talking ish about them. But then when I realized, and then shortly after, it would be like, you just sat there and let them talk shit about me. And so, like, I can see where people like are like, oh well, Huggy just lets people talk shit about us, on streams. But then I'm like, okay, everybody talks shit about. There's plenty times where people I consider friends allow their friends to dog me on their streams. I'm not going to hold that against them for not saying anything. There's plenty, and they'll laugh at it. They'll laugh along with the people. I'm not gonna shit up, like, okay, whatever. As nothing to me. But there are people that are gonna, be sensitive about that.
All right.
But like I said, like, it's not just you. Like, I think just about almost everyone that has interacted with me, people have been like, oh, watch out for that person. And like everybody, like, and what's funny is, like, sometimes I get one party, like party A, saying don't talk to party, don't talk to party B. But then at the same time, I have party B saying, don't talk to party A. Like, they're both telling me not to talk to the other person at the same exact time. And I'm like, bro, and it's a big, huge community thing. And it's because they have their biases. Like, they were personally, most of the time it's because they were personally affected by so and so. So, like, when it comes to Slug, like Maggot and whatnot, like, they were all cool with Slug at one point. Like, they supported Slug at one point, and then something happened to where now they're not friends with Slug anymore. So now it's like, oh, watch out for Slug. But before, you were cool with him. So the only reason why you're saying watch out is because it's personal. And I always tell people that. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but I can see that it's also personal. And that's why you're saying it, because it's something like, it's a personal slight against you. So you're like, oh, don't talk to them because they were mean to me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I don't. It's you're always gonna get that from everyone, and I think that one of the things that causes you issues is you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, all right, like, do you do that when people say, hey, don't talk to them? You're like, okay, yeah, no, yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Do you do that?
Oh, fucking! You are the whisperer. Yes.
Yeah, don't do that anymore. Just tell them, I understand that you have an issue with them, and it's very personal, but for me, there's nothing they've done to me. And now on the flip side, I do want to ask, because
Okay.
there's hashish.
Okay. Please ask me the question.
Okay, so are you cool with hashish?
Am I cool with her sheet?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I denounce his attacks on people.
But well, duh. That's easy to do, to denounce his attacks on people.
Yes.
But I think that's what everyone's issue is.
I'm not going to be like. I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck him and fuck him on the other side.
Okay, so that's fine. I mean, like, people are gonna take issue with that, because like, let me put it into perspective. So, like,
I wrote a fucking I wrote a My Chemical Romance tweet. If you get my
Yeah.
drift.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it, and I
Okay.
saw that, and that's how I found his Twitter. 'Cause
Yeah.
he
Okay.
commented. Yeah.
Okay. Bro, he goes to war with everybody. He went to. I don't know if he. I don't know if I said this to you yet last night. And I'm not trying to say that he's a virtue or whatever. But facts are facts. He goes to Slugstream and says someone has to check on Huggy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, he's right now trolling Leia right now,
Mm-hmm.
as you speak.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes out of his way to say that. He goes out of his way to to do this. Like most trolls would have been like, "Oh, KYS yourself. Who cares? Good riddance, right?"
Mm-hmm.
He decided to have a legitimate concern. He showed an ounce of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see where I'm coming from with that?
No, no, no.
Like
I
you
understand
may
that. I mean,
you
that's exactly on. That's what I was talking about before. Like, there's certain people that I'm like, well, I mean, what they've never done anything to me. So, but but the thing.
am I going to stay here peddling and be like I love no come
Yeah.
no come on
Yeah. No,
I get
it's good that you just said, what you said. Like, it's kind of like the same thing Slug said. Like, no, I disavow him doxing and I don't allow him to do it. But other than that, I don't have an issue with him. And like, but and 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 technically the way I saw it prior, you know what I mean? Prior to looking into all of this was, well, Slug was a doxer too, and we were all cool with them. Ethan Ralph was a doxer too, and there were people that were cool with him. There's plenty of doxers in this community that doxed and people
who
were
did
cool with.
wait
Yeah.
who did Slug Docs?
Steve DeLeve.
Okay, and Steve the Leave, this is his company narrative. Is someone that doxes children.
He never
I know
doxed
that's
the
not like
children. That's false. I already. So, like, Slug likes to say that, but what happened was Steve
okay. You're gonna,
DeLeve. So what happened was Steve DeLeve was sent, like Jane. Okay, Rabbi Jane, right?
I yes, I follow her on
Yeah,
Kick. Yes.
she posted a link to a Facebook thread, and said, "Go look at it." And so Steve on his live stream looked at it, and he scrolled and he scrolled and he scrolled, and as he was scrolling, a picture of the kids, of Jane's kids, scrolled further up. Now the issue with Steve, so technically not doxing. Jane said, "Go look at this page," and I guess she wasn't aware that that part was there, but she also didn't say continue scrolling through, right? She was just saying go to this post and look at it. But of course, someone's, people like Steve DeLeve who don't like Jane are going to look deeper, you know what I mean? But it was public, and Jane literally said go look at it, you know what I mean? And so,
Fizzle.
and the only time where the doxing, like, if you want to call it doxing, the only time where it got bad was when Steve DeLeve doubled down and decided not to blur that out of his live stream and to post it on Twitter. But it was all public facing stuff.
Um. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I mean, so it like, but regardless of the fact, the difference between Slug and Hashish, Slug, like, I don't know how many, like, I can't tell you how, if he doxed anybody else, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
But Hashish, like, he literally doxed K-Hawk just for funsies. Like, she didn't do anything to him. She didn't antagonize him. She just got noticed by him. And that's why everyone's afraid when it comes to him, is because, crap, I don't want to be on his radar, because who's to say I'm not next? And so that's where everyone's fears come from. It's not so much, oh, just because he's a doxer. It's he's serial about it, and he's what's that? He doesn't there's no rhyme or reason sometimes. Like he'll just dox you to dox you if he can. And so that's where it becomes scary. Like you see all these other people in these communities doxing and they're like, "Well, I doxed because of this or I doxed because of that." You know what I mean? And like you got huge in like doxing like crazy, you know what I mean? But like Hashish doxes just because he can. And like you don't even have to do anything bad to him and he'll dox you. And that's where it becomes scary, and that's why people are like, and now for in your case, like I can and for Slug, when you're like, well, he's a cool guy to me, I can, that's perfectly understandable because he's never done anything to you. But the reason why people don't want to be close to you or Slug is because if you're going to be close to Hashish, there's a, like right now, this thing that we're doing right now, this conversation that we're having that I'm absolutely going to post on my channel, like that could put me on his radar. And if he wanted to dox me, he would just do it. Even if I'm like, like even if I was like, just me saying his name, not even really saying anything about it and really just saying what he does and not really, there's no lie or anything like that, I can be doxxed. You know what I mean? And that's what the scary part is. And I told that to Slug too, is like, it's not so much that, oh, he's a doxer. It's he doxes you. You can just do nothing to him and he will dox you.
Do you want to? Do you now want to talk about that part?
No,
Like
no,
I
no,
would
no, no.
rather.
I want to, because I want
Okay.
this out. Like at this point, because I went on the stream already with you. You know what I mean? And I was on Slug stream. It's kind of like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen anyway. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Well, I just want to make it very clear. Like I'm not. I don't even have the mental fortitude to put a brave face. Like
Yeah.
I burned the midnight lantern, whatever. That I went to sleep at 3 in the morning.
Oh
So
gosh,
what?
goodness.
Yeah, because I was getting a choo-choo train running. Because yeah. But when it comes to him, like I said, I'm not going to be singing his. I'm not going to sing praises or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It just that he came out of nowhere. He said what he said in my own with that tweet. He wanted Slug to reach out and you know, and that was very nice of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be like I'm not going to say fuck him
Yeah.
because again like yes and I am recognizing that, but that's where I stand on that. That's where I stand on that. It's just
It's just
horrible.
basically you disavow his doxing and you don't like that he doxes. But other than that, he's been cool to you.
He
Yeah.
like I said, it just that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I when I go into streams with Slug, when I talk to Slug, it's all about nerd shit. It's usually
Mm-hmm.
about nerd shit. That someone fucking asks us a question about drama, and then it's like we go into a fucking spiral.
Yeah.
But like I said, I am doing our best and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But
No, no, no. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to like see both sides of it. I'm kind of just being the neutral party kind of thing. Like, like so like.
Pizzle, Pizzle,
Uh huh.
I'm telling you right now, like people could hear this conversation and they'd be like, "Why the fuck are you dealing with this person for?" He just it's done. It's over with.
Mm-hmm.
And to that point, it's like maybe I am, but you know something?
Mm-hmm.
I am happy. Like
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm making content. I'm talking about stuff. I have there's really interesting conversations. Stuff that has nothing to do with drama and bullshit. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do an interview with someone which which I told Slug about.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this interview that I'm gonna do. It it's gonna be something interesting. That's all I can do. And I know we didn't get to talk about an intervention from hell also, but I just
Oh, yeah.
want to make that qualifier that
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm not I'm not going out here to. I recognize bad stuff, and but again, like I said, he didn't have to say what he said in the tweet. He did it. He did it out of a kindness, and that was very nice of him.
Hmm.
I could recognize that as well too.
Yeah. Oh no, that's I complete. Like I said, I understand that, and like that's why I gave you the the kind of like qualifier of like when people tell me, oh, don't mess with this person because this. You know what I mean? Now, typically they're saying it because of literal like they've been slighted, you know, and it doesn't have to do with like something as serious as doxing. But I
Oh,
could, but even if like, even when it comes to like, oh, watch out for that person because this, like even if it was like serious, like like I don't, like even if it was like a doxing situation, then I'd just be like, well, I just make sure that I don't give him my information. Like there's been times where I've told creators, hey, this person is crazy. And there's proof of previous creators getting getting screwed over by this person, but the creators that like her are gonna like her no matter what, until she turns on them. You know what I mean? And
right.
so that's one of the things that I didn't get is like everyone gets that. Like people didn't like when Van Luke started coming into the scene. You know what I mean? Do you remember that?
I
Van Luke.
love I love me some Van Luke.
I had lots of people being like, "Watch out for her. She's shady. Watch out for her."
What
And I
the
was,
fuck are you talking about?
yeah,
No.
yeah. But there's like plenty, and like even Van Luke gets it for her for Rich Lux. Like Van Luke said, lots of people told me, "Oh, Rich Lux talks behind your back. Oh, Rich Lux talks." I've gotten things where people are like, "Oh, so and so talks behind your back. So and so talks behind your back." And I feel the same way as Van Luke. Look, if they're not saying it publicly, or if you can't show me them saying it publicly, like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? And but that's the thing. Like, there's always. It doesn't matter who you are, and it doesn't matter who the person you're associating with. There's
Hmm.
always going to be at least three people that are going to warn you about that person always, and then you have the choice. And now in this situation, I've most like every situation that I've been in, no one's ever been like, oh well, I'm just not going to associate with you if you associate with them. And because that's literally guilt by association. Like I listen
I
to the
hate this
stream.
fucking term.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
shut the fuck up? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Fizzle, but like, I fucking hate it.
Cuz you've heard
Can
it
we
so
all
much. Cuz you've heard
can
it
we
so much. Yeah.
can we all shut the fuck up about guilt by association? Look,
Mhm.
I will stand here. Well, I can't stand in front of you, but I could tell you face to face.
Mhm.
If someone says to you, "Don't hang out with Huggy," I will look you in the eye and be like, "Listen, I like you. I like what you do. I like how you flow. But if it's going to cost you opportunities, brand deals, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
brand deals, like wherever, it's okay. You could just forget all about me. Do
No,
you?
yeah. No,
That's
that's
me.
fine. Yeah.
But that's me.
Mhm.
I'm not selfish like that. I'm not
Mhm.
like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
If you have to sacrifice knowing me to get better at your path, then do so.
Mhm.
Like, I don't seem to understand this whole idea of Huggy's a fake, Huggy's a backstabber. Oh, okay, so like you mean that there hasn't been anyone in the course of commentary history where no one has backstabbed? Like, everything was perfect.
Facts.
No one did
Facts.
anything for anyone.
No facts. You're speaking straight facts. Straight facts. Straight
John
facts.
John Swan was
No.
number one.
Not even just that. Not even just that. Not even just that. No facts. Just about everybody in this community has talked shit behind people's back, and
Bro,
or shit on. Like I can like yeah I like let me think of an example.
Alvo said in one of his streams that there is a super secret fucking chat. I don't know if it's a group chat, whatever, of all commentators talking shit about one another. Excuse me. Oh god, burping, sorry.
You're fine.
And there is another layer of chat that people talk shit about the people in the other chat.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So what the fuck are we do? What the fuck are we talking about here? Like
Yeah. No, I mean,
what?
but it's all just personal. I mean, it's all just personal. Like it's when it happens to you that it becomes an issue, and that's just facts. It took me a while to learn it that way, that people are never going to understand where you're coming from until they can, and a lot of people don't know how to put themselves in your shoe. You know what I mean? And so until it happens to you, you're never like, and it's the same thing. Like, I mean, and it's, and I think that when you just said, if people want to cut me out because it's better for them, that's fine. When I listen to the every other stream that you've done with this, I don't think I ever heard you actually say that, and that's actually really mature of a stance to take, and I think that you should carry on with that. Like, look, if you guys don't like me because because I associate with hashish, then I don't know what I'm sorry you feel that way, but you got to do what you got to do, and I think that's mature, and you know, people are gonna be like, you know, they're gonna disagree, but if they can't be okay with you without you not being okay with other people, then that's not so much as a huggy problem as much as a them problem.
Like and let's say I acquiesce to this whole thing about, oh, you shouldn't be friends with this person because they're bad people. Let's make that argument. I say, you know what? Fuck that other side. You know what? You're right, guys. Thank you so much for saving me.
But then something else is gonna happen.
And then something else is going to come up,
Mm-hmm.
and then something else is going to come up, and something. Oh, well, Huggy, I don't think you should cover that because it's bad optics. Oh, Huggy, don't talk about that person because they're good for the brand, or they're my friend. Like,
There's
people can. You see what I mean? Like,
yeah,
why am I going to acquiesce to this?
yeah,
People like. Sorry, Pistol.
yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
People like to use the term "I'm a grown man." No shit, Sherlock. I am grown as fuck.
How old are you?
Uh, I am
If you don't mind me
old.
asking me. Oh. Are you a
Because
millennial?
what year were you born? I know
Mm-mm.
you were born.
No. I'm in my upper 30s.
Me too. I'm in
Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
upper thirties.
Oh.
I'm a spring chicken.
Yeah.
No, well, but yes. The thing is that I now live in New York,
Ah, nice.
so I understand. It's this is not like bumfuck Nebraska or bumfuck like wherever. I have been through shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand bad faith people. I understand drug dealers and pimps and criminals and just bad people, especially in fucking high school. That shit was a fucking crazy factory.
Mm,
Here's the thing: in order for me to survive,
mm-hmm.
I have to understand the language of everything. I have to be wise to the things. And so you can argue Filali and others were like saying, "Oh, you are you friends with these people because you're scared of them?"
Oh, I never
No,
said that, but
not you, but
oh,
like
okay.
in the intervention from hell, it
Yeah.
was
Uh huh.
I'm no, this is not cowardice. This is not me scared. This is me like, okay, I have a very unique position to talk with people, to understand people, why they do what they do, and that's it. I am doing I that's all I'm doing. I'm having conversations and whatnot. I ain't co-signing anything. I'm I'm just here speaking freely as I can, and that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
it just and again, I that's how I look at it. That's how I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be and if it and I put it to you like this, Pizzle. If I don't know if you're going to put this in the interview, maybe maybe not, but Milltown went ahead and announced to the whole fucking world that he's going to interview Hushies.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now the only reason why you're doing what you're doing, what he's doing, is because he's trying to get clout,
Mm-hmm.
clicks. He's trying to benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
I put it to you like this: if there was a controversial figure that everyone fucking hates, for instance, let's just play devil's advocate,
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Ralph,
Mm-hmm.
and Ethan Ralph had this fucking heat to him. If you were to go interview Ethan Ralph, and everyone told you, hey, Pizzo, don't fucking talk to Ethan Ralph, he's bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would do it because number one, you understand the optics of the situation. You understand, you know, that this interview might be a little spicy, but you are smart enough to understand how to handle this situation. People might not understand it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like people will take advantage of anything, even if it's taboo. You're in commentary, you're in YouTube. Bro, if you're given an opportunity to befriend people and try to understand their point of view, you become wiser in this situation. Yes, they do really bad stuff. Again, I did disavow it.
Mm-hmm.
But it but like I said, I'm not out here but I'm just here wanting to learn.
Yeah. Like
And to
let me ask you, is there somebody in the community that you seriously dislike and you have
Milltown.
Milltown? So you have serious issues and dislike with Milltown.
Because
Now,
this son of a bitch said I was a charity case, Pizzle.
yeah. So if you so like let me put it kind of try to put it into perspective. So like say Milltown also was doxing you, right? And posting your stuff everywhere. And then I was cool with Milltown, right? And you were like, Jessica, I can't talk to you anymore if you're just going to be cool with Milltown. And I was like, look, I disavowed that he doxed you, but he's cool. I don't have an issue with him. And you're like, Jessica, he's doxing and harassing me over and over and over again. Like, say we're friends. Like, I don't have many friends. I don't make friends in this
Oh,
community because of the kind of situation that you get yourself into. That's the whole reason why I don't. Because I don't want them to use their
oh,
friendship against me. You know what I mean?
wait. Time out for 1 second. I have to use the facilities.
Okay, you're fine. Go ahead. I'm
One
gonna go
sec.
get
Oh, wait.
water. I'll go get water. So go ahead. Take your
Oh,
time. All
okay.
right. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. All right. So where? I don't remember where we were.
If someone mean, if someone I
Oh
hated,
yeah. So like if Milltown, if I was totally cool with Milltown and like or like and like you were like Jessica, this is like he's been doxing me on his Twitter and like harassing me and he posts my docs under everybody's everybody's tweets and I like it if and then like you came to me and because like I was on stream with him and he was like talking mad shit about you and I was just like letting him go off about it. And then when you came to me and you were like why do you like this person? And I was like, well, cuz he's cool. He's cool with me. How would you feel?
here's how I would feel. This may be a controversial take.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if if you're friends with someone that's malicious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you start being friends with that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether okay, you're not friends with them. How does that help me get my anonymity back? Oh great! Oh great! Pizzle, stop being friends with my harasser. Great. Now what?
But I mean, like, would you still be cool with me 100% if I was cool with
Did you
that?
do? But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. You spoken to that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless I find out that you personally had something to do with it, then I can't fuck with you anymore. But
Ah.
if you were just someone that just like a just cordial with the person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be like just because you are friends with that person and that person did something malicious to me. I'm not going to be out here saying that. Then that means you are a bad person too.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
fucked up to it's fucked up to it's fucked up to look at it that way. But yeah,
No, I mean it's not. I mean technically, like online, yeah, it's like it's like because like in that kind of exact situation, you know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about slug threaten Hugin, so you shouldn't be friends with Hugin and Slug because they beef with each other. Like
right.
that's one situation, but I'm talking about a situation where like you're friends with someone, who's doing really bad IRL stuff to another person that you're friends with. So like I can understand like the situation. I can see what you're talking about. Like what would it help you for me to
Well,
stop
yeah,
being friends with them? But like would you still be like willing to come on and hang out on my streams or have me on your streams if I was
if
friends with someone who was harassing you IRL?
here's the thing though, if we are homies,
Mm-hmm.
if we are good with one another, first and foremost, here's the thing that I also want to add as a caveat. If we are boys, if we are just that knit, tight knit,
Mm-hmm.
you find out that your friend fucked me over, I shouldn't have to say to you, "Hey, hey, I got fucked over." I shouldn't have to say all that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you feel as though that person is your guy, or he or she's in the background, but you're there for me, be like, "Oh, I'm sorry this happened to you." Like I said, stories don't regardless of the two scenarios. Doesn't help anything. Story doesn't get my privacy. Story doesn't get back my innocence. Story doesn't get back the fucking bullshit that I've been put through.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, at the ending of the day, no one really cares. Hell, like I said, there was an instance where Slug's parents got doxxed. Okay, remember, parents, not Slug, parents.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that people go around and say that's karma.
Yeah.
Let's take the name Slug out of the picture. A random person's parents got
Well,
doxxed,
no, no,
right?
no, no. I mean, like even in the slug case, the thing with the slug case, like we all know who doxed his parents, right? It was Hugin, right?
Yes,
Who is cool with Hugin? That's cool with Slug.
I don't I don't know
Yeah, but that's the
who.
thing. Like, that's a different situation. Like, that's why Slug's always like, well,
But
no
you,
one's calling out Hugin. Bitch, nobody even. Everybody hates Hugin. What are you talking about, Slug? Like, are you kidding me? Like, what, you
but
want us to, like, make videos about it?
Hey,
I'm like, yeah.
but wait, but hold, but here's what I'm trying to say, and I'm not out here. I'm just out here just making the point
Mm-hmm.
is that parents got doxxed.
Mm-hmm.
If there is truly if there's truly a stand against doxing, it should not matter who it is. And again, I'm not using Slug as a primary example. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter who it is.
Mm-hmm.
It should be consistent all the way through.
But
Okay,
it seems like if
and
do
but
you know
it's
who like who isn't being consistent?
I feel as though that how can I put this? Well, I'm looking at it from his point of view because like
From
no one
slugs.
really said anything about that. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it just because that's how I see it as
Yeah, and
like
and but like and I hate to repeat it, but when it comes to slugs parents getting doxxed, the person that did it is Hugin. And I can't tell you one person that was in that like call from hell that is okay with Hugin. If there is, like I know Slug said Ember Lily is, but I don't like one. I don't know where her. I don't know. I don't have I don't know anything about what her
no,
Discord or
we're
anything
not
is. But
we're not going to talk.
yeah,
Listen, this is not about no conjecture. We're all
mm-hmm.
about the facts here.
Yeah,
And I just find as though there. And again, I wish I could give you empirical evidence
yeah,
to the things I'm saying.
mm-hmm.
But as I said, I just see it. A person that's hated, something happened to the person, and there's not really an outcrying of that. That's my
Yeah.
opinion
Oh
on that.
no. Oh yeah. No. No. You. I agree with that. Okay. I agree with that. When Slug starts getting like doxed or like when Slug got doxed or like when certain people that others don't like something happens to them, you're right. There is no outcry and like and like there was a big outcry when like Ember spurged out because she was getting doxxed in the chat and kind of thing like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And but you're right. There is no outcry um, for it unless it's like certain people. And like even when Leia got doxxed, like there wasn't really an outcry of oh my god, how could this person dox Leia? It was more like everyone just kind of was like, damn, that sucks. I'm sorry, Leia. You know what I mean?
But you see what I'm trying to say? The Pizzle, like, come on, let's not pretend that not everything is equal. Not every fucking situation is equal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Leia don't need no one to coddle her or whatnot. I understand that,
Yeah.
but still, it's a fuck thing to do, and like.
To just not say anything about it,
Yeah,
or
if you care about if you have an affinity for someone,
yeah,
right? It should be number one. You should denounce. You should not you should just state the fact that someone close to us got doxxed.
mm-hmm.
But the number two thing that I said last night on my comeback stream and also on Slug stream,
Mm-hmm.
both, I said that we should be able to come together and we should try to figure out a fucking solution to all this other stuff. Because if you look at commentary as a business,
Mm-hmm.
this is not conducive to our business. We, for us to be in, it's one thing for us to be infighting on retarded. I'm sorry to say the word, but
Yeah,
stupid shit. It's one thing to spread out over stupid shit.
yeah,
It's a whole different animal if you're afraid to go on the mic and motherfuckers are doxing you and destroying your peace. How is that conducive to creating your work? It's not. So it's I feel as though instead of everyone fucking pointing fingers at things or laughing at people or whatnot, as a community, there should be steps to stop steps to get this squashed.
get the doxing squashed. Is that what you're talking about?
To quell the doxing atmosphere,
But
to
the
make it so. I know it's hard to say. I was supposed to say later. It's hard to say pizzle, but it like it's something is better than nothing at the end of the
yeah, but I
day.
mean, like how? So like the thing with the like, oh well, we gotta quell the doxing, but the thing is, when you're platforming someone who's like a serial doxer, like not just a, oh, I dox one person, or oh, I did a, or like even huge and like, oh, I doxed these people kind of thing. Like when you're platforming the doxer, or like giving them like keeping them relevant, how does that help?
Well, to be frank with you, when I talk about when I quote unquote platform Slug, I'm not platforming into his agenda.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about random stuff, and
No,
again,
yeah.
it just spirals into control.
No. I mean,
Now,
I'm not talking about Slug. I'm talking about,
oh,
because Slug is not a serial doxer. I'm talking about Hashish. So like when you're when you're
I never had him on
supporting.
my street.
Yeah,
Oh,
no. I mean, but no, you don't. You're right. You don't. And that's one of the other things that I was going to talk about, is like a lot of people took issue, but it's like a third party, like you don't have them on your stream, but like when you say, nah, he's cool, you know what I mean? That's, you are supporting him as a person, but him as a person to other people is,
they don't like it,
he's, well, they don't like him because he's a serial doxer.
right?
So like,
And they,
I mean, and
mhm.
that's a valid reason. Like people don't want to be doxed. You know what I mean?
that
Yeah.
that's a very valid reason. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
as like I said, Pizzle, I, like I said, I just explained
Mm-hmm.
that again. If there is a sliver of kindness, even the sliver of kindness, I would be like, listen, I appreciate that. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was very nice of you. And that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean
There's
that's
no-
when it boils down to is like, so for you, just kind of like kind of autistic whisper it. So what you're saying is, I know that Hashish is doing these things, and I disavow, and I don't agree, and I don't like it, I think that when he does it, it's horrible, and I don't support it in any way, shape, or form. But I will say this: he was nice to me once. And so, like, that's really all
It
you're
was
saying. You're
doing
not
a,
saying, like, oh, Hashish is a good
bro,
person.
it was a suicide tweet. I
Yeah.
not, well, I mean, it's not really. It was like close to the edge type of
No.
tweet.
I know that.
He,
No,
like,
and he reached out to you. And so you're saying, like, I understand what you guys are saying about him. And I don't agree with what he's doing, you know, but here's the only thing that you're just saying, so you're not supporting him. You're just saying, here's this nice thing that he did for me, which is why I don't take issue with Slug platforming him. Is that correct?
like I said, even Slug knows. Like Slug has his issues with him too. Slug is like I said. Slug has his way of dealing with Hershey's. That's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he does it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. I was in this before you called. I was in there, as he was doing his thing. He was being a troll. He that's what he was doing.
Oh, he's on
But like,
Slug stream right now, trolling Leia.
yeah, yes, he was.
Ah.
He was just throwing lay about old drama that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but whatever the case is, it just whatever the case is. But the thing with Slug, and I think people could take it for what it is. He doesn't condone doxing in this chat. He doesn't if Hashish is on his channel. He does. He says, Hashish, we're gonna be chill. We're gonna be cool. We're not gonna be talking about no doxing nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's all it is. And again, I see it. I'm not parroting anything. I'm watching with my two eyes, listening with my two ears. I hear it. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's talking on both sides of his mouth. So that's how I see it when it comes to platforming. And when you like when you're platforming someone, and I think people fail to maybe understand the definition of it. When you platform someone, you're letting them spread their message.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were just in a stream and you're talking about Starfield, or you're talking about Forza Horizon, or you're talking about fucking war parks, let's just say, and that's all you're talking about, you are not really platforming their ideas.
But
You're
you're just
just
platforming
having
the
them.
person.
You're just platforming the person, and you're platforming their conversations about war parks and games itself too. That's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
People could be like, "Huggy, you being a stupid piece of shit. You don't know what the fuck you talk about." And to that, I say, "Okay, fine." But that's how I define it as. If again, Pizzle, you were fucking radioactive at one point in your YouTube career. There was a slight against you, if I remember correctly.
In mine, there was. Say it again. I'm sorry.
No, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a time where people took the piss out of you, was
Oh,
making fun of you. You
oh,
had to
through,
take a break.
for the longest time. No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was that's what I said initially when I talked about how, I mean, and people still do, and some people that I consider friends allow them to do that on their streams, and they laugh along with them. You know what I mean? And there was a point, there was a time where that bugged me and it hurt me, and I'm like, why? I thought we were cool. Why aren't you saying anything? Why are you laughing
I
along with him? Why are
I don't.
you just
Yeah,
letting
yeah.
it happen? But I
I
mean, I
don't.
just got over it.
But that's the thing, though. At the ending of the day, does this really make a difference? Does online really make a difference? Not really.
No, no,
Like,
you're right. No, you are right in the fact that if like there will be no real difference in whether or not uh you cut ties with people. There's not going to be in this situation. There's not going to be a difference because this person was doing it before you came along. This person was doing it before Slug came along. You know what I mean? So there isn't going to be a difference. But it's not so much as, oh, well, we want to see the difference. It's just about, it's kind of that thing. Like there's people out there that are gonna, like, let me, to kind of give it a better idea. So like if I went on a stream and I legitimately just started like going in and talking shit about Xylee, you know what I mean? And and I was talking shit about Xylee to Maggot, right? And Maggot was just laughing along. Like Xylee would take real issue with that. And she'd be like, why like you just laughed along while Jessica said these things about me. What's wrong with you? Like, you're not even gonna defend me, like and
but that's
I'm
so
just assuming that's
gay.
just
That's so
yeah,
gay.
no,
My
I'm
God, that's so
saying, I
gay.
mean, it's a matter of, because like I said, I personally, and I'm not saying that that's something like that would actually happen. I'm just using it as an example, by the way.
Right, right. But
Yeah,
still, it's
I'm
so
not.
gay.
Yeah, but I mean, like, uh, there's 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 people that will do that, but that's a different type of situation than I'm friends with. That's so, like, let me put it this way. Augie and Nick, right? They, or Nick, right? Nick won't associate with anybody who associates with, at that one guy, Troon, or whatever his name is, the guy that doxed him, right? And and so he doesn't do that because this guy doxed me, and if you're gonna be cool with that guy, that's fine, but I'm not gonna be cool with you. And I think that that's where everybody else is at. Like, fine, you know what, Huggy? Fine. You want to be cool with this person that doxed us? Fine, but we're not going to be cool with you. And I think that you finally came to the realization that it's like, fine, if they don't want to be cool with me because of that, then There's nothing I
I
can
don't.
do.
I don't. Like I said, I can. I cannot. I cannot be. At what point do I give a fuck about my feelings?
No,
At
that's
what
fine.
point?
You should just it like honestly, like d- care about yourself. Take care of yourself, and 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 I think that when when everything started initially, I saw where you were like, well, no, you guys, kind of like you didn't want to like you didn't even want to like disavow like even say that you weren't friends with Ember Lily. You know what I mean? Like you didn't want to say it because so like if
We were yo-yoing. I mean, I
hmm
was about to call you Amber. I'm sorry,
no, you're
Pezzle.
fine.
I fucking yo-yoed my relationship with Ember so many fucking times, bro. It's getting sickening at this point.
Yeah.
It's like when I was yelling at Ember about Ghosty, right? The reason why I was so mad is because what happened to Ghosty, a lot bullshitly, what he said really happened to me. It really happened to me, Jessica. So I had
You had
a
a
trigger to
personal, a triggered thing. Yeah.
yes. I hate. By the way, I hate that piece of shit, Ghosty. Let me make that fucking clear. I hate that piece of shit. So there's no fucking ifs and buts about it. People like, oh, would you be friends with Ghosty? Nah, son. I would fucking kick him into the curb. Fuck him.
Would you go on streams that he was on?
I would go on streams that he's on just to fucking bully him out of the fucking streams.
And if the person that was host, like say I started live streaming and I had Ghosty on and then I let you in and then you started bullying him. I'm like, no, Huggy, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna be peaceful. What
But
would
you
you
know what?
do?
If you're my guy, Jessica, I'd be like, okay, fine.
Oh, all right, that's
I'm just,
cool. That's cool that you said
I'm
that.
just making
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
just making it clear
that's
that
fair.
that this man's a piece of shit. He needs to be he needs to understand that there's no repercussions, so on and so forth. But if you tell me chill, I'm like, okay, Pizzle, but you understand where I'm coming from, and you say yeah, again, and say where you're coming from. I'm like, okay, fine. What are we talking about here? And I keep it moving. My
Yeah,
guy, I
all
don't let
right, that's
personal.
cool. That's
I don't let
cool.
my personal biases go. Like you guys
Okay,
stream, you let me in.
that's
I
fair.
said what I had to say. I aired this motherfucker out, and that's it. I just move on to talk about. Okay, we're talking about cooking. Let's talk about cooking, and then we keep it moving.
Okay, that's fair.
That
Um, can you? So, are you at a point where, like, anybody that's like, oh, go like maggot and them, like that are like, I'm not gonna associate with you anymore. Then, are you at a point now where it's like, okay, that's fine. You don't have to. Is that where you're at? Like, you're not gonna complain about them not associating with you?
I'll put it to you like this. Okay, and I don't know if I want this on the rec. Okay,
Think about it. Let me know. Like,
no,
what I'll
I,
do is I'm gonna put this together, right? And then what I'll do is I'll put it
I'll
up
give. Okay, I'll
privately
give.
first so
I'll
that you
give.
can
No,
look at
no.
it.
Pizzle, no, because
Yeah.
I'll give you an answer for the I'll give you what I'm about to say now. I'll give you that answer could go in the video, but I need the Volt Jessica just for this other part. If that's okay with you.
Oh, okay. So let me know when you want me to stop recording, and then I'll stop before you say it.
Okay, so this I at the end of the day, it's like like I care about them. They're good people. They and if they don't want to associate with me, that's great. And technically, Maggot has her friend group that love her and everything with them. And hey, I she's why sacrifice one for a web of good people? That's not that. It doesn't fucking matter. I've been the one that has to be sacrificed so they could prosper. It just
Yeah. So you're kind of like jaded.
It's fine. Like
Yeah.
I fuck up. It's great. That's okay. But I'm not gonna cry myself. I'm too tired to cry for people that don't want me because of my choices in life.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like the thing is that, and again, this is why I will always have to pretend someone else is telling these points. People can say, but you're whining and you're crying. No, this is literally me trying to get people to understand that it's okay for me to not give a fuck, but also at the same time care about other people's feelings. But I'll transition to the fucking call because you were giving me great insight, Jessica. So I let you cook.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Do
I
you
want
want? Is
because
there a point where you want me to stop recording?
no,
Oh,
it's
okay.
fine.
Okay.
It's fine because it's fine. But
Okay.
uh with the whole thing, this is exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Slugstream. Victor Brand says to me, who is a friend of Slug, hey Huggy, they want to talk to you in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, I swear on everything in that's me. I thought the fucking thing was private. But
Mm.
silly old stupid Huggy thought I didn't realize it's under live. We're live.
So you pulled a tiny dancer. So you pulled...
I
Was that the one?
literally
Was that the one that tipster old goth mommy that did that shout out that shit on Bo Blacks and she said that she didn't know she was in live, whatever one.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever the case is. But I literally didn't realize that this was live. I really thought this was going to be a private conversation, which is just talking about Slug and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And again, here's the thing: I go into the stream and I get fucking energy, like this fucking tsunami of energy.
Mm-hmm.
How can you let? Oh, how? And that's the thing though. Everyone fucking deleted the stream except for Badwick. So I can't give you. I mean, Badwick. I mean, Slug doesn't have the stream deleted. But here's the thing though. This is to my recollection. Because initially Slug had told me to record it, to stream it, and I really wish, in hindsight, if I had known Badwick and fucking and if Badwick and fucking Leia was going to delete the streams, I would have had a copy of myself. Just, just literally to have proof of it. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. So the thing is that there was just such hot energy coming my way,
Yeah.
and
Oh, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. I've been there at least 4 times in the exact same position, not the exact, but in the position where you are, where it's me and there's a bunch of people telling me advice. I've been there. I know by full.
so yeah. So then the first part was why is Parking Tiger's a mod? I don't even remember why he's a fucking mod. But I mod him for some fucking reason, and then like, oh, Parkin allowed a dox in her sheets from her sheets or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, he missed it. I missed it. And granted, people were DMing me, be like, you should ban this person.
Mm-hmm.
And I read it, and I think two and two didn't click together, honestly.
Oh no, like
But
that's it. I can that whole so that's another issue that I had with Maggot when I was listening to the thing that she was talking about because initially with the first conversation it really was slug and it was oh well you only modded slug so that I couldn't ban him and I was like well yeah that's a good reason to mod him so that you can't because you had ban happy
I
fingers
modded
yeah.
him. Here's the thing that I also wanted to point out.
Mm-hmm.
If you hate someone, right? Why the if you're here's the thing. I didn't if I don't have to I didn't have the mod slug at the time because If people were just leave, he's in my Discord,
Yeah.
right? Why the fuck are you banning him? Why are you serving me and him for? You don't like him, leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? Instead of Parking Tigers, Parking
Yeah.
was in my Discord not saying a peep.
Hmm.
And oh, kick Parking Tigers out. What the fuck is like? What's wrong
Yeah.
with y'all?
No, that's. I mean, yeah. No, I agree with that. That was kind of. It's kind of messed up. And Maggot does have. She does get happy fingers when it comes like ban happy.
Yes.
And I agree with Leia that Leia's like, why were you shitting on Abby for banning Ember, and Maggot was like, well, because she only banned Ember because Abby doesn't like Ember, and I'm like, well, Maggot, you
You
just said that you banned Slug all the time because you don't like him. Like I've seen you ban
exactly.
Slug just because he showed up on chat. You know what I mean? So like it is. I see that 100%. And let me ask you, how long has Maggot and Parking both been mods for you? Do you
I
know, like, were they mods for a while, or was because like it seemed like at it's
my
yeah.
Mod for a while. Maggot came by like when I would start streaming. Maggot came by, and then Maggot decided to be a co-host, and I gave her co-hosting duties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pocket Tiger just came by. I'm like, ah, fuck it. I like you, Parkin. Here you go, buddy. And then I just gave him. I think I gave him the mod so he again, so Maggot doesn't kick him.
Yeah. No, I mean, and
That's
that's fair because I know that like Maggot might take issue with this, but like she knows deep down that's a good
like
safe
I'm not
way to protect other people from her.
because it's ridiculous. Amber does the same thing too. She hides she like the she hides people from the parking. Oh, here's the thing: if you look at my chat, Pizzle, okay, take away the fucking bullshit docs with Alpha, which again.
Hmm.
And there's another thing I want to touch upon too, because everyone's been asking me that question. The thing is that when I besides all that, last night when you, Leia, Slug, and I think Victor, and a bunch of other people were in the stream, I'm streaming too, 5 hours plus. In my chat, there was now a single fucking troll, asshole, whatnot in that fucking chat.
Hmm.
If you are saying to me that, I mean, not you, but if
Yeah.
you guys are saying that Slug is not going to help you grow, Slug is not going to do that, here's the thing that Slug can do, that Slug is offering to do. He helped me bring the skill. He 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 created a very rigid skeleton from my Discord.
Hmm.
He made memberships. He connected his server to my server so people could get perks. He did it out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah.
Most people nowadays don't know how to fucking run a Discord
No,
server.
I don't. You know who
No.
made my Discord server? Who
Who?
created it for me? Every bit of it? Blair TV. You know who a lot of people don't like? Blair
Blair
TV.
TV.
You know why a lot of people refuse to come into my server? Blair
Blair
TV.
TV.
And you know who was admin of my server? Blair
Blair TV.
TV. I mean, like I completely understand that. Blair I said, Blair, can you make my Discord? And she said, yeah. Or I said, because she had a Discord, and I said, and I showed her a screenshot, and I was like, I'm trying to make my Discord, and I don't know how to do this, and I want something like this and that and that. She goes, oh, I can show you how to do that. I was like, well, can you just do it for me? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, sweet. And I did. I paid her for it. I paid her $100 for it because that's just me. Like she didn't even ask for that. I did it. I paid her because she put in a lot of freaking work and she set up roles. She did all that. And then after it was all set up, we were able to go through so that I can learn it. Like she taught it to me and like and and even like I've always said, like if Craig Beckett could come back just to be my fucking thumbnail artist again, I would let him do it, and I don't care what people say. He was a good thumbnail artist.
But Pizzle, you're being honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing, but that's where you got caught up, and that's what we said in the beginning of this. Is like you were like, oh, okay, no, I get you, instead of, okay, but what does that have to do with me? You know what I mean? So
I don't have that. I don't have like at certain thresholds. I have that fucking in my body. But like when I'm trying to be cordial and diplomatic, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then then I'm getting yelled at. Granted, this is a 25-minute thing. Philately says, "Are you a coward? Are you scared? Are you this?
Are you just clout chasing? Are you this? Yeah, I heard all that. Yeah.
Are you clout chasing?" And I'm like, what clout?
Yeah. No, that's when they were like, just say what you want to say. I'm like, no, don't say what you want to say. Just I'm like, don't do that. No, that's bad advice.
I'm being fucking handcuffed because, and then Zali is out here saying that I shitted on the advice that Badwick and Zali and Badwick did. Yeah. You were there in the stream when Slug showed it, and I'm like, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You just said that they gave, like, you just explained that they gave you advice. I think where people get caught up in it is when it comes to when say I didn't watch that whole stream. We watched the clip, whatever, but like. If at some point, like when everyone was talking about Slug talking shit on their advice, you know what I mean? And I think people got caught up and mixed up on who was talking shit about the advice, because it wasn't you, it was Slug, you know what I mean? And I think that it's that matter of, oh, well, like Slug was sitting there shitting on our advice that we gave you, and you were just like, oh, yeah, you know, and you didn't, like, disavow it or push back.
He wasn't even shitting on it either. You were there in the clip, Hazel. He didn't do it. He was like, he agreed with it.
Where does the Slug said that we were manipulating you come from then?
Is someone telling you that?
No, that's confused. What they said in that stream. Where they said that Slug accused us of that especially that Ashley girl. Like the Ashley girl was like,
Abby?
There was a point where a girl named Ashley called in, and she was using her boyfriend.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
And she was like, those people aren't. You know, she was saying, oh, those people don't. You know, they don't care for you. They're not, you know, they're, and so people, and then there was a point in, I think it was, I don't know if it was last night's stream or what, but where Maggot and them were saying that Slug was convincing you, manipulating you into believing that they, like Xylee and them, were, manipulating you, kind of thing, like their
no.
I don't.
The Discord from hell, the stream that I did with on Badwick server. Mm-hmm. They again, I have that stream where they were like, oh, you know, Slug is a bad person. Why are you doing this to Slug? You're not going to grow. Oh my god, are you cloud chasing? This was before the intervention from hell. Mm-hmm. So Slug said that Maggot, Flatley, Kaylee were being emotionally manipulative.
Oh, okay.
He never said anything about Xylee and Badwick being manipulative.
Ah.
He would just, and Slug could tell you to his face.
Yeah, I saw his tweet where he said that. Actually, I just remembered that. Yeah, he did a tweet where he said, yes. I wasn't talking about you or Badwick. I was talking about Maggot and blah, 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 blah. Okay, nope. I got you. It's there. Clear as day. All right, so everyone listening. Slug did not shit on Xylee's advice. Huggy did not shit on Xylee's advice. It just never happened.
It wasn't the case.
Yeah.
It was never the case. There's a clip. Fucking
It's telephone. It's telephone. It's telephone, Huggy, and that's.
But do you see the retardation I'm fucking dealing with, bro? Like, well, why the fuck do I need to do it? Why do I need to, like, do I really want to be, like, if I play ball with people, bro? Like, when do I become Huggy? When do I get to do anything that I want to do? So that means I need to fucking toe company line, ignore everything about fucking. I have to disavow everything about what people don't like, and then at some point, not now, but maybe in the near future, I have to start huffing everyone's farts just to have content.
Well, Huggy, you do know that the cabal is real.
Listen. At the end of the day, the cabal can be real as much as they want, but I would like to be able to be a freelancer and talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Do it. Yeah, I mean, by all means, you know what? At the end of the day, and I hate to use that term, but at the end of the day,
wait, Jessica, stop recording for 1 second. I have something to tell you.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me say this: when I made my first ever video, okay, it's my most popular video. It got 14,000 views, and it was about creepshow art, and it was titled "In Defense of Creepshow Art." And the reason why I titled it that way is because the number one best viewer base and the best people to make the best interaction and do the most interaction on your channel are people that don't like it. That haters are some of the most, they have the most clout available to give you, because they will interact with everything you do. They will hate watch everything you do, and they are many. And so like it's a catch-22. Like there's like me getting hate from randos online that I don't know. I love, you know, I admittedly am a sensitive, delicate little flower. So when I get hate from people that I like or I respect, it feels some type of way. And that's what caused me to spurg a lot back in the day. And now I'm just like, all right, whatever, fine, you don't like me, whatever, fuck you, goodbye. You know, but it took a lot. I've been doing this I've been in the community, like open and like outside of, like I crawled out of Edwin's server onto Twitter, like, I don't know, 3 years ago. And
oh my God.
And only like the end of last year, maybe, I think, did I learn this lesson. You know what I mean? So it's a hard lesson to learn, and everyone learns it. Every single person. I don't care who they are now. I don't care how big they are now. Every single person learns the same lesson. It's eventually you gotta stop giving a fuck. Because that's the only way you're going to survive online, is if you stop giving a fuck.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. But I had so many questions, but I mean, technically they were all answered for the most part. Because I was like, you know, is disavowing doxing enough? Should people distance themselves from people who know people who dox, kind of thing? Like, I had a lot of questions, but we basically answered. Like, you also pointed out that Parking Tigers, who Maggot has this huge issue with, is in Badwick's server. And Sen supports, like, has said hashish is cool. And, you know, and we talked about how Parking Tigers and Maggot have both been mods for a while, so prior to all of this happening. And there was another question. There was a DM from Maggot that you said you deleted. Did you just delete that one DM?
No, basically she said you could mod me. If you want, you got
And that's the
And
one that
then
you said that you deleted, or
I didn't delete it. I just X out of the Discord DM. That's all I did.
oh, okay. So you didn't delete
I
any DM. You was it? So you
I
didn't
just
delete.
exit out of it. I just
Yeah.
close the DM.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me do this real quick because I think that a lot of confusion. I think you. A lot of the confusion was because I think that they said. Let me send this. Hold on. Let me download this real quick. And save. Okay. Put it in our DMs. Boom, boom. And I wonder how I'm going to do this. There it is. Okay. So I guess I'll share my which screen do I share? Hold on.
Like I said, even if she said it, which again I deleted the DM. Who cares?
Did you hear that? Hold on, let me do this. Share my screen. Is it
I have to
screens?
you have to click on share screen and then it picks a monitor for you.
Mm-hmm. And is that whoa? Whoa! No! Stop! Stop! Okay, let me try again. Share Discord. Let me think. Go live. Why is it doing that? Oh, change window. Maybe? Is that
Okay.
screen? Screen one. Why is it? I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me move this. Okay, you know what? Hold on. I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay, do this. Boom. And then do this. Ta 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 da da. Oh, we'll move this over here. And put us right there. Okay. All right. And then, are you able to hear it when I play it?
No, because I'm not hearing anything.
Oh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. How do I... Okay, share Discord. And then change the capture device. USB virtual camera? Go live? Does that... No. Oh. Nope. No. He just showed me it. I just was shown it. How the fuck? Anyways, all right. So, let me do this. Let me know. Does it say go live? Can you see it?
Oh, I see it.
Okay, listen.
Like I said, even if she said it, which again I deleted the DM. Who cares? If you DM, so this is.
So did you hear that where you said, even if she said it, I deleted the DM?
Yeah, I misspoke.
Okay, that's cool. That clears that up. 100. That's it. Yep. I mean, that's one of the that was something that I was like, wait, because then you started reading DMs, reading the DMs, and so like
It was Discord DMs. It was a Discord DM. Once I delete it, I mean I exit out of it.
yeah, that's fine. That works. And then there's gonna be this part's gonna be so scuffed because it's just me like readjusting the picture. Whatever. It wouldn't be a pizzle video if it didn't have some scuffy. So
Oh my god.
but yeah, I mean, is there I don't think I have any other question. I think we really did. We kind of went through a lot, but is there anything final that you wanted to say to anybody listening, or anything final at all that you'd like to say?
I mean, I would just say that, at the end of the day, you know what? If people, you know, uh, if people wants to get back and be friends, that's good. But if not, that's also good too. Like I said, you have to do what's important for you, You gotta do what's important for you to grow, and if I'm not part of those plans, that's fine. But I'm gonna do my best. There you go.
That works. That good. All right. Well, did you want to, for anyone that is watching, I will link Huggy's channel down below in the description. Definitely take a look, subscribe, and did you want to shout out any other, like, what is your Twitter even? It's Huggy Hollywood?
Hollywood Huggy.
Hollywood
Yeah.
Huggy on Twitter. But yeah, thank you so much for talking to me. And yeah, that's it.